So, the second deck we're going to be playing today is a Meowscarada deck. Now, why do you say it that way, Wiggles? Well, in Spanish, if you have a D between two vowels, it is a TH sound, Meowscarada. It's like when you say nada, you don't say nada. You know, I could do that with the accent. We could say, no tango nada, right? But it's not. It's no tango nada. Like, you have to make it sound real, chat. Make it sound. Anyways, Meowscarada. So, this is a different build than we've ever done before. We've never tried to do Meowscarada on this channel, and every time I've seen it done, it always feels close, never quite there. So, what am I doing this time? We're playing with Orbeetle. So Orbeetle is a card that, if you have not seen this before, it says for one energy, or for, colorless energy, for each energy attached to this Pokemon, search your deck for a stage 2 Pokemon except an Orbeetle and put it onto your bench. So that is super duper powerful. I actually made this deck when I was working on the Blastoise deck last night because I was like, wow, Blastoise and Pidgeot's really good. Heck, Pidgeot's just really good. If you could Orbeetle a Pidgeot and something else, like a Blastoise, it would be really powerful. And I was like, okay, but I don't want to just make another Blastoise deck, right? We made a Blastoise deck. I wanted to make a Meowscarada deck. So, the goal here is to combine Pidgeot and Meowscarada to get to do the damage you need to do. And because we're not trying to use Sprigatito and we're not trying to use Pidgey, we're just using their evolved forms, we get to play with more fun, stompy basics like Mimikyu, Spiritombs, things like that, and a Ditto for good measure, just in case we don't have what we need. We need to fill it out a little, fill out the roster a little bit. So that's the goal here. Let's see if it works. I have never played with Orbeetle against actual people. Maybe this card's bad. Maybe there's a reason we don't see it everywhere. Maybe it's just like, ha 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 ha, we figured it out before everybody else. So let's find out. I appreciate that, Curly. But you should get some sleep, friend. If it's 1:20 in the morning on a Monday and you have things tomorrow, you should get some sleep. The VODs will be up. It's on YouTube. If you want to support me, watching the YouTube videos does a ton, and I really appreciate it. Yes, you Orbeetle a full stage 2 onto the bench. That's how that card works. It makes the deck interesting to interact with, though, right? Because if they played like Aerodactyl and we're trying to de-evolve something and it's nothing under it, they just flip it into our hand and it's gone now, right? But let's see if it works. I am nervous, and I also didn't take any screenshots for YouTube, so that's going to be later. Yeah, Orbeetle's neat. Okay, we did get to start with a Blipbug and a Rare Candy. We don't have any other basics here, so hey, opponent, please don't. Like, just don't, right? Okay, they are also a Meowscarada deck. Okay, all right. They're playing with Thornton, so they're doing something funky over there, right? The worst part here is both of our Meowscaradas are in hand. Orbeetle specifically says you have to search your deck for a card, so we can't get a Meowscarada with an Orbeetle right now, which is a shame because we need. Okay, so they're a Venomoth Meowscarada deck. Interesting. Okay. Sense. Well, that's a really good draw. I don't think it's gonna matter though, but that's a really good draw. The reason I don't think it's gonna matter is they're just gonna knock out our Blipbug here, y'all. It's really close to death. I mean, okay, maybe not. Okay. All right. Energy. Yes. All right. So we do play with judges. I don't like Iono. We play with judges. The problem here is that we have to get a Pidgeot to get a judge to then use the Orbeetle next turn. You start to see where there's an issue here. This is pretty scary, though, to just drop down, though, right? Like, they have this versus 2 Pidgeots. So maybe we're fine? Okay, that's really helpful for me too, opponent. Thank you. Needed that. Thank you. Okay, let's play another one out here. Let's see what we want. We actually can't play an item, so we probably don't want to grab something like that. What's Orbeetle's retreat cost? Is it 1? Okay, it's 1. That's actually really beneficial for us here. So we're going to use Pidgeot to grab a double colorless. Yeah, I know. Okay, so, let's hope we're not too confused, y'all. That's kind of it. It's kind of hope we're not too confused here. Yay! Alright, we can grab our Meowscaradas. Your turn, opponent. Ta-da! Yeah, not being able to use item cards is harsh. You're not wrong. Okay. So it's far too late for that, my friend. Yep. Well, you can get up to however many energies you have attached to it. So if you have an Orbeetle with 4 energy or 5 energies and nothing on your bench, you can get 5 level 2 or 5 stage 2 Pokemon. It is really good. The problem is what we're running into right now. You get them out and you can't have any energy on them, right? So you have to get something that works either without energy or works good enough the next turn. That's why I chose Pidgeot and Meowscarada. They already used Industrious Incisors. I imagine they're going for a Florigato here. Probably. Maybe. No, it is the Florigato. Which is fine. This thing has 90 HP. Meowscarada does 100 damage. And, ooh, it actually doesn't do 100 damage because Double Turbo says it doesn't do 100 damage. So, we still can. We'll be fine here. Yes, 1 second. I will re-explain that in 1 second here. Okay, so they're moving damage counters around here because they're a Meowscarada deck too. But I will explain. I need to think here. I gotta make sure I do this right. Because I have to do this first. We have to hit this. Never mind, we just drew it organically. Okay, so we're going to use Bouquet Magic and put 3 damage on this feller right here. Okay. Then we're going to retreat this one for 1. Keeping the double colorless on it in case we need that in the future. We're going to put this Meowscarada up here. Going to put that there, and we're going to Boss's Orders their Florigato to the front. Now, we don't have an Alakazam, which is unfortunate, but we still get to do a lot of damage here, so it's something. Boom. Just like that, took out the thread. So, the reason I picked Pidgeot and Meowscarada. Meowscarada is a very powerful card. The reason I picked it is because I've tried it. I've tried Meowscarada a couple times, like off-stream, with just seeing if decks feel consistent enough, and it always feels close, and Pidgeot makes close things good. So that was the reason I picked it. These two together with 1 Orbeetle pull, because even if you don't get the double colorless, if you have a Blipbug, right, and on the first turn you put an energy on it, and then you have a second turn where you evolve it with a rare candy, you can get a second energy on it, so you 2. Like, 2 is the sweet spot of things you're looking for. What's up, Wheels? I'm sorry I missed your hello. Hi, friend! If they knock out this Blipbug, that's actually fine. We're actually totally cool with that, because then we have room to get our Alakazam. I shouldn't have played this Blipbug out, is kind of the issue here. Quick search is whatever we need it to be. I appreciate that, friend. Thank you for being understanding. Okay, second Bibarel doesn't really do anything. If they're putting 2 energies on, or 2 damage on here to knock it out, that's fine with us, because that means we get to knock out the Venomoth in response here. Because keep in mind, okay, they're not. They're trying to actually get this Pidgeot, which we have too. It's an interesting decision. Okay. One is solid, but one is also way more interactable. So yes, but also no. All right, so let's go ahead and do quick search here. Let's see what's in the deck here that we could grab. Energy Retrieval would be solid here. Superior Energy Retrieval would be fine. We could ditch the Ultra Ball and the Orbeetle for it. But we don't have enough. We will, actually, because there's 3 there, right? No, there's 2. Okay, well, let's just get a regular Energy Retrieval for now, then. Okay. We're going to use this one here. Gonna put 30 damage right there on that Alakazam. We can't use the Energy Retrieval. We can use the Klara, though, so we can get our energies back that way. That's nice. Because I want to start putting them on this Meowscarada. The reason I want to put them on this Meowscarada is the difference between 80 and 100 damage against their deck is notable. It's Venomoth. Let's put that there. Alright, opponent. Take out that Blipbug. They might. If they avoid the KO on the active, we can just retreat this and then do some damage or something. They're also a lot closer to decking than we are, so them avoiding a KO, well, less so than they were before I said that. Why do I have 2 different Meowscaradas? I like the full arts, but I didn't have 2 of them. So, that's why. Okay, so they're Tarantula. So Spidops doesn't want a double colorless. Spidops wants a green and a colorless. This just makes their Spidops do less damage. An interesting decision. Do they avoid the KO on the front one? They do. Okay, so they are avoiding the KO on the front one. It's fine either way. We are literally just trying to get to where the Blipbug can retreat into the Meowscarada that has grass energies on it. So we can't play a Switch right now, which is unfortunate. They're going to continue to draw through their whole deck. Nothing we can do about that. That doesn't stop us at all. Like, at all. Notably, they can't do that again. They can do it one more time, but then the Blipbug dies. All right, so let's quick search here. Honestly, probably just gonna grab another grass energy here. We're getting a little low on them, but there's 2 in the bin, so it's fine. I just really want to put that there. So this one's good, and this one's they're both good now. Can't do anything else, but they're doing all this to do 1 damage. Luckily, most of our stuff here is actually pretty thick. 280, 280, 310, 310, except for Orbeetle, right? So they can't, their strat is to continue to pull energy or damage off of Blipbug, or the front, whatever the active thing is, and put it on something else so you can knock out the back things. But our back things are so much thicker than Blipbug that it's never going to work. And if they... see here. Boss's orders won't do it either. Yeah. We're stuck behind this thing needing to retreat. And again, if they want to go for the Orbeetle, whatever. It did its job, right? We don't have any more Pokemon for it to pull out of the deck. And we can't play any items this turn, but we don't need to. We're going to play a Meowscarada and we're going to take out this Venomoth. Alright, let's go ahead and grab another grass energy here. Are getting kind of low on those. We need a turn where we can use items here. Okay, escape rope's a good one. That's a, well, again, not if we can't use an item, but it's whatever. We should be pretty set here, because what's going to happen, the way this is looking, they're going to prevent us from using items again, and they're going to confuse us. Maybe we get knocked out, or maybe we hit ourselves in confusion. Eventually, we're going to get to attack, and then we should have 60 damage on the Spite-Offs, and 60 damage to a Meowscarada, adding 200 to that means 260, Spite-Offs is dead. So, that's the plan. Do I have a Cheryl on you? It would really benefit all these Evolved Pokemon. I don't have a Cheryl in this deck. Maybe. That might be a good shout-out here. The problem is we don't really want to be ditching our energies, which Cheryl makes you do. We kind of need all of our energies here. But for stuff that we don't, like Pidgeot, sure. You don't really want to make too many drastic changes to your deck based off of playing one game, though. And adding a Cheryl like changes our game plan a little bit here. It's useful as a one-of, but it changes the game plan a little bit. I don't know if we would want to do that. This deck's pretty hungry for slots already. I used to have a lot more different Pokemon in here that we could play with. The new Beedrill. There was a what was Grotle, because we have so many evolved Pokemon. I was like, Grotle would be great here, and Grotle actually would be better than I was giving it credit for here because we fill our bench up really fast, but yeah. Exactly, because Quackaball gets to play without any energies. This is fine. Again, we don't really care. We can't play those items anyways. They are really suffering from the fact that we just have this Pidgeot. Tails is great for us. And that's why I don't really like Crushing. I used to love Crushing Hammer, y'all. I used to have so much fun with that card. It's just not very good. You can't leave that up to a coin flip. If you're going to be doing that, you either need 4 Crushing Hammers and to just do it till you hit heads, or, you know. That's true. That's true. They are not. Okay. Let's see here. So now we're going to go ahead and grab our own Alakazam. Take 1 damage counter from there, 2 damage counters from there, so it still has a bit. All right, and we're going to hope for the best here. Yay! Not confused. That's twice we got to fight through the confusion. Unfortunate for our opponent, but they're leaving their deck up to a coin flip. Right, that's what you get. We have a lot of coin flip decks. I'm not talking discouragingly about coin flip decks, y'all. We do it all the time. It's just, that's kind of what you get, right? That's what happens. Okay, the Florigato is whatever. You got to flip the coin. And in my experience, Venomoth really suffers from being against thick things. Like, it takes so long that there's just enough chances for us to get a coin flip heads. Okay, and if they take out Alakazam, that's a bummer, but it's also fine. Really necessary for our strat here. Okay, there's a Venomoth and a Venonat, right? I'm assuming they got one of each. Is there still one of each in there? Yeah, they got one of each. Okay. Back to that, I suppose. This is so hard to interact with. I'm honestly impressed that our opponent is keeping this up here. Took you like 3 turns to get through it, but I was lucky enough to have a Quackball up front and Cheryl in hand. How long it took, just... Exactly, and that's the problem with the Venomoth deck. We played it. It was fun, don't get me wrong. It was a lot better than I thought it would be. It's just, you are saying, I bet you don't have an answer in your entire deck. Anytime the strategy is stall, like, they're gonna get their whole deck, right? Maybe not the prize cards, maybe not, but... Orbeetle's almost dead, though. They have been chipping away at the Orbeetle down here. Orbeetle's about to die. They're just gonna retreat. Okay. They can't play this yet, like they can't evolve this, so we can escape rope and just we can use items this turn. Like I said, we just need a turn where we can use our items, and we got it. And what a turn it's going to be here. So we're going to start with this. Okay. All right, and then we are going to use Superior Energy Retrieval, and we're going to ditch the Rare Candy and the Ditto, because we do not need either of those anymore. We might need an Ultra Ball, but we definitely don't need those two. Grab our energies again. Let's use an energy here. Some little bouquet magic, you know what I mean? Just a little bouquet magic. All right, we're going to do this. Then we're going to take Alakazam. We're going to take these two energies here. We'll put one of them here. We only need to put one of them there, so it's fine, because this now does 200 damage. Let's see here. We are going to use this other one. I know we just got these energies back, but we're going to use this other one because this Venomoth needs to be low enough that it dies to one swing from the Meowscarada. Now, they are really close to their own Meowscarada here, which is concerning. We haven't played a supporter yet. So let's see if we have a boss's orders in the deck. Because if we do, we're just going to do that. Okay, we do. That's their threat, right? This is what we don't want to have to fight. So that's what we're going to fight. And recognize the threats. Go after the threats. Now, we didn't get to shuffle away their Venomoth. They're going to have another Venomoth out here. They're going to kill our Orbeetle. Meowscarada would actually give them a chance to win the game. So that's... If you're wondering, what do I go for? Go for the one that's going to lose you the game. It's that simple. Like Spitops, they even already retreated it, right? It's even further away from doing any damage. There are 11 cards and... yeah. Not going to risk that one. All right, an Orbeetle died. It's very sad. We're all devastated. I am devastated, chat. They got a prize card. Devastated. We're going to... They went after the Orbeetle after it already did this, right? It's like suing Amazon like 2 months later after your package is broken. It's like, that's been done. The problem is on your doorstep. It's the broken package. Carly. That's funny. That's just if you want to win. If you wanted to toe up to it because you wanted to fight it, go for it. Okay, so... they have 11 cards in their deck, which means Meowscarada at this point isn't that scary anymore. Let's be honest here. Not that scary. Okay. And they boss's orders the Alakazam because the Alakazam is the only thing that has a 2 energy retreat cost. Well, I guess it has 3 because of Spitops, but... I mean, they're gonna deck before we do, y'all. One day you'll win yourself. Hey, that's fair. That's fair. And, you know, winning's not everything, right? I lose all the time. I just talk about when I'm losing and people listen. That's all. Cleffa's very not scary when they have 7 cards left in the deck. They didn't even put an energy here, so we actually can... yeah, it's like they're out of energy, they're out of gas, they did not go quietly into that good night. Nobody can say that about the opponent. They did not give up. Credit to them. Ooh, Trevenant. I'm gonna be out of Pokeballs here soon. GG opponent, GG opponent. Alright, let's keep going. So that was one game, because we were versus a control deck. But we did our thing pretty quick, and we went second, right? We went second. Because they had a chance to hit our Blipbug, I think. It's honestly too far back to remember. I build decks like crazy. I really like building decks, Curly. And I don't do it alone. I'm glad you liked it. We built some decks in Discord before. Me and my buddy build decks like every week. We get together and build decks in real life. And that's a lot of fun. And I also play this while I'm playing Overwatch in the other monitor. I'll just be building decks over on the side. So... I like a brewing. Okay, going second. Not with this hand, we're not. 2 mulligans. We have 9 basics in our deck. We're just getting kind of unlucky here. Okay. Mimikyu might be good enough to be a bit of a wall here. The unfortunate part is that we got a Dottler and a Rare Candy. We got the 2 middle stages, right? We didn't get either. Enjoy your rest, Curly. Have a wonderful evening, my friend. I'm glad you like it. I'm glad to have you here. Okay, so Charizard, standard stiff. Is this an Arceus or a Pidgey? Or an Entei, maybe. Entei's been running around a lot with the Charizards lately. Ditching a professor's research. Arceus it is. Never mind. Okay, and this is the weird art of Arceus where it looks like... This looks like a tube of toothpaste. I'm just gonna say it. Y'all know I'm right. Okay, and a Pidgey. Yikes. We are officially behind here. Orbeetle's a really good pull, though. Not having any energies is a bad pull, if we're being honest. So let's ditch the Dottler, and I guess the Switch here. We're kind of hoping for the best, and grab a Blipbug. You got the tree! Nice job, Tatas. Bye, Curly. Okay, and we lose. Just like that. Oh, no. Oh, no, it's actually more than that. Ooh. Alright, we're gonna do our last opponent proud, though. We're not just gonna give up. It's tempting. Now, one thing that's exciting here, Charizard actually can't hit us. We don't play with any psychic energies, and we might want to change that. Because in this exact situation, I guess they've got Radiant Charizard, but that's it. Interesting. I'm curious how they play this. Mimikyu's never gonna be our, end-all be-all. Like, we're not gonna do it. In previous decks, we have hidden behind 2 Mimikyus and they just can't win because of that. This deck won't do that. We need to do something else in the meantime, so I think the Psychic Energies is probably bad. That was really beneficial for us that they didn't actually do anything there. Really beneficial for us. So let's play these things out here. We don't want to play anything else out because we want to use our Orbeetle to get to 2 things there. So let's judge here. Shuffle their hand up too. Doesn't matter. Shuffling their hand just does not matter. Really unfortunate turn of events there. Judge 4 cards isn't enough to usually hit the Orbeetle, so that might be the issue with our deck. We might want to go down on judges. And maybe do some Comodos instead. Comodo's a good... When you're playing a Rare Candy deck, Professor's Research is usually pretty bold. I'm glad! And welcome back. Professor's Research is really bold in any deck that's going to be using Rare Candies because the likelihood that you're going to ditch parts of your combo is way too high, in my opinion, for what that's worth. But Comodo kind of alleviates that a little bit because you get to keep a card. You don't draw as many, but you do get to keep a card. So we might do that. Okay, this is fine for us for the most part because now it can't hit Mimikyu. Okay, that's why we had 2. They do get to search their deck for energies, but they can't put them on anything, so... Okay. We're just gonna keep doing our thing. It's weird. We're so slow that it actually might help us. Now, if they play with boss's orders, we're screwed. Which everybody plays with boss's orders. Here comes the boss's orders. Okay. They wanted to evolve another Charizard. That's fine. Friendo, I'm not going to be hitting you. At least not right now. Okay, Arven's a great draw. Arven's a rare candy. Okay, so this sucks a little bit, but we have to do it. Let's retreat here. We have a chance to use this, so we're going to do it. They're going to get to hit our Orbeetle, but it's going to have done its thing, so hopefully that's enough. Meowscarada crushes Charizard. Super effective. It can do up to 400 damage, which is a lot. So here's hoping that comes up. Okay, there's the boss's orders that we knew was coming. They're going for the Alakazam. That's really smart. Very smart from our opponent there. Double colorless. What are we going to put? We're going to put Pidgeot up for... Let's put Meowscarada out front. Okay. So the plan here was to do some damage to the Radiant Charizard and then pull it to the front. But we don't have the energies as... Oh, no, wait. We should be okay here. Okay, we should be okay here. So I need... We're going to have the energies. We need a boss's orders. Okay. That should be enough. Oh, no, wait. I also need a double colorless. Never mind. I messed up. That's okay. We're going to make it put something else out front here. I'm actually going to put Orbeetle out front. And then we're going to retreat it into Mimikyu. The retreating is to get one of these grass energies into the bin. We're not going to use Orbeetle again. So that's why we did that. Let's put that down there. Guess we just go ahead and do this now. I want to get the energies on Meowscarada at this point. Kind of a bass-backwards way to do that, but... What we got? That's what we got. Okay, so... Can we beat them? Maybe. Maybe. Without Alakazam, it's going to be tough. Klara gets our Alakazam back, though, along with some energies, and we have the Pidgeot. The problem is that we need a lot in our hand as 2 cards right now. We need energies, and we need Klaras. This is actually really helpful. I appreciate our opponent doing this. I actually don't want to put that there, so we're going to discard that. Might regret that, but maybe the XP share should have been on the Meowscarada. Okay. Let's grab Klara now. We're basically crossing our fingers that they're running out of boss's orders at this point. That's through 2. So let's grab Eminent Energy. We don't really need any other Pokemon, so we're going to leave those in there. The Alakazam. Put put that there. Use Alakazam now. Put that right there. Failed to find just to thin our deck a little bit here. This is an interesting deck. I gotta say, I like this build because we get to play with Mimikyus. Mimikyu and Spiritomb. Spiritomb isn't come up yet. It hasn't come up yet because we haven't played against the Mew deck, but Spiritomb is also good to have as like a toolbox basic. Is that too late? No, that doesn't actually stop anything we're doing. Because we put damage counters and we move damage counters. That's what we do. Okay. This is a mistake from the opponent. This is their trump card for our Meowscarada. I think this is a mistake. Yeah, they're going to knock out our Mimikyu, but we're going to, in response, destroy this thing. Oh, they're not. Oh, it's not enough, right? We haven't taken any prize cards yet. Ooh. Ooh, opponent. Opponent. All right. So now we quick search. We're just gonna keep grabbing one energy at a time. It's not the most efficient use of our stuff, but I think it's still probably smart. So that's gonna happen. I made you a Spiritomb believer? I'm glad, dude. That card made me a believer. Spiritomb's really good. Okay, there's another boss's orders, and now they're going to get Meowscarada. So they had the third one. Just kind of unfortunate from us. Did they also have the energy? Because if they don't also have the energy to actually attack this turn, they just bunted. Yeah, they just bunted really hard. They were so excited they got to do it, they missed the line. Good game from the opponent. And that was our deck doing what it's supposed to do there. And we held up pretty well. We have little things to offer them up as like, hey, you know, hit the Blipbug, hit the Alakazam, you know, they're only worth one prize card, while we have these big, beefy ones on the bench. Things I'm noticing, though, we do not have a lot of energy. Total of 12? Kind of low. At least for me. I like to play with 14, but... oh well. I'm curious if this deck could actually win against, like, the big builds, you know, like, people piloting the really good stuff. But... and casual is doing pretty good. And that was us going second. Notable. And they had the Arceus and the Charizard and the Pidgeot all super early. So, haha, ha 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 ha. I'm out of soda and I have to go to water now. I mean, water's great, don't get me wrong, but I'm out of soda. Okay. I mean, no energy is rough. We're going to put a Ditto out front here so we don't show them what we're doing, because they're going first. Here we go again. They're playing with very pretty cards, though, for the most part. There was a regular old Rare Candy in there, which is fine. Give them the one. Going second against Charizard again. Rough. Rough. They have no idea what we're doing, though. Okay, that makes sense. Maybe they're not an Arceus build? Let's see. Okay, they're an Entei build. Okay. Well, they're going to run into a similar problem with the Spiritomb as the last opponent did. Oh, I didn't catch Diglett? Oh, I love Diglett. I just wasn't reading chat. Oh, rip. Poor Diglett. Okay. Here it comes. Okay, never mind. It's Pidgeot first. Okay, so in that case, let's Ultra Ball the Dottler and the other Ultra Ball away, because we don't need those at this point. Actually, we'll Ultra Ball these two things away. I'm going to judge this turn, so it doesn't actually matter. Do that. If there was one extra card, we would keep that, but there's not. So yeah, I'm just going to do this. We're hoping for a Nest Ball. Perfect. We wanted a chance to get our Mimikyu, our other Mimikyu down, so that it has to be a boss's orders. Now, they probably have a boss's orders because they've got Pidgeot, but maybe they don't have a boss's orders and a way to attack. Since we're in the neighborhood, we'll probably also grab Spiritomb. Alakazam is in our prize cards, which is problematic. Spiritomb shuts down Entei, though, so we'll do that. Okay. Here comes the Charizard. Using Quick Search now is great for us, because that means it's less likely to be a boss's orders. I mean, it still might be, but I feel like they would wait until they needed it if that was the case. Pidgeotto, okay. Okay. Here's the Charizard. As is expected. Only going for 2. Okay. Okay. Well, that's not what we wanted. This is that awkward time when we are super vulnerable right now. If they have a boss's orders and they kill our Orbeetle, we lose. Well, lose is a strong word. We make them have it, but they have a lot. Okay, there's the retreat. Is it also a boss's orders? I'm assuming so, because they switched it out. Yeah. Well, y'all, here's the thing. Do we just make him continue? They're showing a few things that can hit a Mimikyu, but, like... Perfect timing, Arven. Perfect timing. I mean, I think we could win this game, in theory, in the long game, because we would just sit here and make them go through Mimikyus, which their deck won't be able to, because they're obviously not playing any Psychic Energy, and everything else can't do it. Pidgeotto technically could, but I doubt that would be a problem. But we're going to concede here, save our sanity a little bit, right? They saw our weakness, and we were a little too slow. We almost had it. We had everything just a turn too late. GG, opponent. We've beaten one Charizard, so we'll take that as a win. I know, right, Tatas? We're playing a game and we actually want to be happy at the end? What? Where did that come from? If y'all have any ideas for what we could do with an Orbeetle, let me know. That's one of those cards. This card gets better every set because there's just more we can do. We are, again, not hitting our energies. It's not a big deal this turn because we don't even have what we would want. Hey, look. This looks familiar. I think it's a different opponent, though. Let's see what they're up to. Gardevoir coin, so maybe Gardevoir? Gardevoir coin, so Gardevoir. Oh, goody. All right. Okay. There's Greninja, which does not care about Mimikyu at all. Greninja is the best answer to Mimikyu I think there is right now because you can take out all of their Mimikyus very quickly. That being said, maybe they're not playing Water Energy. Their deck really wants specifically Psychic Energy, so there's a good chance they're not playing Water Energy. Okay, getting Raltsy in here. Would you say nice Raltses? Nice Ralti? So what would the plural for Ralts be when Ralts is already plural? Okay, so let's get a Nest Ball, the EXP share, Nest Ball for the Blipbug. Alakazam's in the deck, that's good. I think we're gonna Ultra Ball this away next turn. We're finally playing against somebody who's not playing Pidgeot, so they would need very specific answers to what we're doing, and they won't have the ability to get it, hopefully. We'll see. Okay. If we can get all to the point, I guess, no, there is a Gardevoir does not only come in EX. The other Gardevoir, the one that has Shining Arcana, is just a regular Gardevoir, and that one will crush a Mimikyu. So we do need to do something here. Just unfortunate. Now, if we rip a double colorless, well, even then we'd have to find a way to retreat the Mimikyu. Our hand is just not switchy or energetic enough, you know what I mean? Okay, so the Rare Candy, when they have a Ralts here, yeah, that's going to be a Gardevoir. I'm assuming it's the one that pulls them... Okay, this is the Shining Arcana one. This is the one that can crush a Mimikyu. Uh-oh. I only had one. Ironically, we might be a little too slow and fair. Which is very ironic, because we're not a fair deck at all. Well, Wiggles, couldn't you just say we're a slow deck then? Well, I could. I could. Okay, not exactly what we're looking for here. Okay, we get an Ultra Ball. We Ultra Ball the Ditto and the EXP share. Grab an Orbeetle. Cross our fingers that they don't have an escape rope or a switch here. An escape rope or a boss's orders. Everybody clench. The Ralts are online. They threw a lot of their deck. That's nice for us. They probably have the other Gardevoir and can just evolve it and get the energies back. We're really, really, really hoping they don't have a boss's orders. You need an adult to your adult, yeah, right? Ain't that how it goes these days? Oh, let's see here. Okay, there's the other Gardevoir. Shit. Well, GG. Alright, we're just gonna call it here. We're not coming back from this one. They have too many answers for us, and we were too slow. So that's kind of the downside I'm finding here, Orbeetle. We have some cards that we can't play, and we have to be pretty heavy on cards that we don't want them to touch. So interaction kills us. How long have we been going on this deck? Let's see. Let's do 2 more. Let's try 2 more. I don't know yet who. She's still cooking. Smells great, though. Whatever she's making smells fantastic. All right. Everybody, Sheep specifically requests that you all have a sip. Wherever you are, take a drink. I will join as well. Thank you, Sheep. Tasty. Ah, cheers, Sheep. Sheep, I was watching the International, and the caster was up there for the panel, whose name is Sheepstick, and I realized that no one's ever seen you and Sheepstick in the same room. Okay, this is pretty scary. We are going first, at least, which is nice. And that Bidoof is not that scary, so yay. Alright, let's put this here. And I end my turn. Alright, okay, so they're a water deck. Is it just Giant PAL? Would we be so lucky? Nope. Well, maybe. We'll see. Oh. So that's a lot of, what a strange-looking energy card. That's a lot of build-up and no payoff yet. Oh, here comes the payoff. Giant PAL it is, alright. We might be able to interact with this. We're going to see if we can get going fast enough. One thing we have going for us is that they already played their energy this turn. One thing we have going against us is that they have 2 Frigid Baxes, so if they have... Wheels. If they have... I didn't know you were a streamer. Can we get a shout out for Ian? If there's any mods here, would appreciate. Thank you, thank you. Oh, there's the Pokeball problem. Okay. So... Thank you, Sheep. What's up, Saded? How's it going, my friend? Alright, and we're gonna stampede all over this Giant PAL. It's never to see it coming. We're trying something silly and stupid, Saded. And we one of them too. Alright, alright. Bam. Y'all go check out both Wheels and Saded if you're here and you have not seen either of them. And this is what I was talking about. This is where it's like, whelp! Doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. The first deck we played went really well. I finally feel like we figured out Blastoise EX. This deck is not as good, but this deck feels like it needs a lot of tweaking in order to be good. That was our 3rd attempt to figure out Blastoise before we finally found it. This is our 1st attempt on this deck, so, you know. It's just like writing. You've got your rough draft, you've got your copy, you've got the copy that you said is good, and the editor's like, no, take it back, and then you've got your final draft. It is the 151 Blastoise. It is pretty good. It's the problem is that Blastoise needs like an entire cast, for lack of a better term. Wheels! Wheels! Okay, so they shuffled the energies back into their deck. Blipbug's dead. We are just on... We have to have exactly a rare candy. We can also do an Arven, but we need that. That was almost really scary. If they have another water energy, we lose on the spot, actually, and don't get another chance. And they're a Chine Pow deck. They have another water energy. Right? Yeah. Whew. And we lose. Just like that. Well played, opponent. Well played. They saw the line and they took it. Said you can't pick any number of energy with Blastoise so you get better one-shots. Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, you can do just one, though, right? You just can't get 2 shots. I mean, a 280 is kind of the max. Are you talking about Chine Pow? You just mean up to 2? Oh, because Blastoise can only do up to 280? Yeah, I respect that. Alright, so, I appreciate y'all just got here, but I'm tired. So, we're gonna do the last giveaway of the day. Exclamation point ticket if you'd like a chance to win a pack as we see if we can make this deck work one more time. It worked, so we know it can be done, but it needs some tweaking, so let's see if we can raise the consistency after this game before the next one, but for here, let's just see if we got it. Come on, baby! Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm a bad friend and a worse streamer. That's true, but I'm a great friend. Ooh, I'm adequate. Adequate's such a good word. If y'all don't use the word adequate enough in your life, you should use it in an adequate amount. The reason that adequate is such a good word is because nobody can be mad. Like, did you do blank? I did an adequate job. Did you do it? I did an adequate job. Like, well, do you need me to do more than good enough? Do you need me to do more than adequate? Oh, it's such a good word. It is rigged. Sorry, Says. I'm sorry you're in pain. Wheels, I'm sorry to hear that, friend. Okay, again, we don't have any of our Orbeetle pieces, which is a shame. Curium, okay. Okay. Huh. This is definitely a brew. Curium is not a meta deck. I think it once was, but it's not anymore, so... Alright, let's see what you got, friendo. And a little Bidoofus. Orbeetle VMAX? Yeah, right, if only. Is there an Orbeetle VMAX? Is that a thing? Y'all, I think I need to invest in the gold doubles. We've been playing them more and more, and I want to be pretty. Oh, I want to be pretty. Alright, so, we're gonna do this... It sucks, we actually have to risk Alakazam here. The reason being that Greninja's a one-shot. If we get a Spiritomb or a Mimikyu or a Blipbug, Greninja's again a one-shot. So let's do this here. There is an Orbeetle VMAX? Dang, that's not standard legal though, right? I haven't seen that one. Ah! Well, their deck is all water energy, right? That's how that deck works. In case you need one, all water energy. And I like the switching cup. That's smart because it makes sure that Curium VMAX is a hit. They did that and then just drew the card back. They did that backwards. They should have used the ability first. And then done the Melanie, so they just messed up, and I think they just realized that. They might still hit it anyways, but they did just slight misorder of actions. Slight, what's the word for that? Slight sequencing error. And they didn't hit it, so the Bidoof gets to stay there. The sequencing error cost them. It doesn't matter, because we cannot hit our cards that we need. Well, Alakazam, get ready to go into double turbo overdrive. Oh, it's getting late there. It's a shame. It's, what, 7:30 here? Not bad, not bad. And Palkia, sure. Usually when you see a Kyurem VMAX, you see a whole bench of Kyurem VMAXs, so the fact that the opponent's playing with this menagerie of Pokemon is interesting. Wander! Wander! Thank you for the raid, my friend! Oh, dang, you're in the Englands. Okay, I gotcha. Let's get a shout out for Wander here. Wander, thank you for sharing your people. That's not, hang on. Wander Fox. There we go. Thank you for sharing your people here, everybody. If you're just joining us, my name is Sheriff Wiggles. I stream Pokemon decks. They're usually bruised and pretty bad. Unfortunately, Wander, this is my last game with this deck, so whoopsie. Ooh, Final Fantasy 14. How was that? How's your game going? All right, Hail Mary this one. For what? I don't know. We lose. All right, new plan. We're going for the long shot here. Everything on the Blipbug. If we draw a rare candy on our Arven next turn, you're going down, opponent. Excuse me, how still? Yeah. Welcome back, darling. You were with Wander. I see you over there. Okay, and yeah, we lose this way now. All right. Ooh. That's neat technology with the Kyurem. I like that. And then they hit Kyurem. No worries. I appreciate you, Wander. But she is as free as a butterfly. Got lost. Alright, so we lose, but we had a great time. Maybe they take pity on us and don't. Don't you want to see what I'm gonna do with this cool Orbeetle, opponent? Aren't you curious? Little curious? No? Oh, don't do it with the Greninja. Don't break my heart again. That happened last game. No. Okay, they didn't. Alright, you win, opponent. Technically, they don't right now, but they have Greninjas, so they win. Alright, so let's do our deck tech, wrap up here. Exclamation point ticket if y'all want a chance to win a pack. We're still doing the last giveaway of the day, so, you know, there you go. I'm sad y'all didn't get to see this deck work. It only worked at the very beginning, but it worked great when it works. So, thoughts on this. Since we're so heavy on the Orbeetle strat, we need a way to guarantee that we're getting our rare candies. We have 4 Arvens and 4 rare candies in here, and 3 Ultra Balls, so I think the only other solution is to go up on Pokégears here. I also really want to go up on energies a little bit. Probably 2 of the Luminous energies, just so Mimikyu can also attack if we ever needed to, right? Other than that, I liked this deck. The Canceling Cologne's kind of unnecessary here. Because we've got Mimikyu, we have an answer to Mimikyu. We've also got Meowscarada, which does plenty of damage to their bench, so we can take out a Mimikyu that way. Because this is damage done to this Pokemon by attack, so if a Mimikyu is on the bench, Meowscarada's ability will still put damage counters on it. But when this deck works, when you get Pidgeot and Meowscarada together, this is really, really, really hard to interact with. So I think there's something here. It just needs a little bit of tweaking. I sent this list to Wander, and Wander was making some changes of their own. So hopefully there's something there. Maybe we should put our heads together on this and Wander come up with something. But yeah, so everybody, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll revisit this deck in the future.